I'm not supposed to take that, I'm not supposed to take that. The last tennis player that was actually involved in such a scandal was Richard Gasquet. I don't know if you remember, in 2009, he was banned for testing positive for cocaine, and he came out and said he didn't know the cocaine going into his system because he kissed somebody in a nightclub, and he was able to get off based on exceptional circumstances, because that wasn't really negligence on the spot. On the spot, okay. And of course, Martin Silic will miss him for 9 months. He's just 24, of course. When he comes back, basically, he will need to give a good run to ensure that he stay clean no matter what he is taking. Thank you so much for joining us on today's show. Of course, Austin will be here tomorrow. And tonight, to Between at 9 p.m. Don't forget to join from you, Ty. Yeah, it's been another beautiful show. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Dennis Ali is a welder. He and his colleagues have their workshop situated in the city center of the Federal Capital Territory. They say work here has been all jolly for the past 3 months, within which they have witnessed an improved supply of electricity and a reduction in the use of their generators. They are not bothered by the increase in electricity tariff.
I'm appealing to the government so that the way things is going on, like they should keep on increasing the power sector so that it will enable all the business to be functioning well.
Dennis and his workers, however, are one of the very few residents of Abuja that have such a story to tell. Many owners of small businesses in the federal capital, such as printers, film and television production studios, and other businesses that depend on electricity to function, are lamenting the poor supply of electricity and the increase in tariff, which they say is double trouble and unjustifiable. For some of the business owners, the increase in tariff is not the problem.
If there is increment and there is electricity, no one will complain. But in the process whereby there is increment and there is no light, so one will be using gen and there will be so much noise everywhere, like in this place now. Once there is no light, the noise you'll be hearing and the pollution.
The power is nowhere to be found. At least seeing right here, you can see my gen. And it makes business horrible. Very, very bad for us. So, the power is not there and the tariff is high. I don't know how the government expects us to make ends meet and still be able to take care of ourselves and our families.
In nearby Kaduna, where consumers pay a fixed charge of 800 naira up from the initial 500 naira, the story is even worse. Less than 2 hours of electricity supply daily in the face of high tariff has increased their cost of doing business.
I spend more than 2,000 naira in a week, and I have to install an inverter, a solar panel. So you see, all those ones are overhead cost, which is not good for my business and for my leisure time.
The story is the same in many states across the country: increase in tariff and decrease in electricity supply. Earlier in the year, the chairman of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, Dr. Sam Amadi, said that the multi-year tariff will increase yearly until 2016. That has been a bitter pill for Nigerians to swallow. Many hope government will rescind that decision until there is stable electricity supply in the country. Omelogo Nadi, Channels Television News. Hello and welcome to Business Morning. I'm Harriet Agbenyi. After a 7-week holiday, the National Assembly resumes today. Now, one of the many tasks before them is the 2014 budget. Well, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Rules and Business, Itai Enang, says the Senate is expecting the executive will send to it the medium-term expenditure framework, which will form the basis for their deliberations on the 2014 budget. Well, the essential features of the MTEF are production quota, that's oil benchmark, and revenue projection, and it covers the 2014 to 2016 fiscal period. Well, Senator Enang adds that the lawmakers would deliberate on the content of the MTEF and deliberate on which components of the framework would serve as a benchmark for the budget. Now, after the deliberations, the National Assembly would forward the framework to the presidency, clearing the coast for budget presentation. Now, they expect the document soon so they can begin work early to ensure the quick passage of the budget. Well, it's still early days yet, but Nigerians are hopeful. Well, let's cross over to Customs Street now and see how it fared yesterday. Continued sell pressure at the Nigerian equities market pulled the all-share index down below the 36,000 psychological level. The key benchmark index shed 0.65%. That's about 65 basis points off the key index to close at 35,861.88 points. 28 stocks closed in the red on the first trading day of the week, led by University Press Limited and Wapik Assurance, which shed 10% apiece to close at 3 naira 60 kobo and 81 kobo respectively. Also on the laggards list are IHS, IPWA and Costain. Well, Jos International Breweries appreciated by 9.97% to lead 23 percentage advances. The equity closed at 8 naira 27 kobo. A market turnover closed positive as volume traded appreciated by 5.62% to end the day at 196.57 million units, valued at 2.08 billion naira and exchanged in 4,027 deals, where Diamond Bank, Transcorp, Axis Bank, Wema Bank and Unity Bank were the most active to boost market turnover, but Dangote Cement and Diamond Bank topped market value list. Well, we're being joined now on the program via telephone by a stockbroker and the managing director of Enterprise Capital, Rotimi Fakejo, to give us more insight on how trading fared yesterday. Good morning, Rotimi.
Good morning.
Well, yesterday we noticed that sell pressure continued, although you've already told us that we should expect this for the better part of this month, at least until this month passes. But then we also noticed that some stocks actually showed unusual sell activity. What actually happened? Why did investors take the posture that they took?
For which of them particularly are you talking about?
Well, we're still talking about what Jos International Breweries, and then we see Thomas White as well. And then there were some other major blue chip stocks that actually showed impressive posture yesterday.
Well, I think the way the market is quite very technical when you want to look at it deeply.